Welcome to GED Math in 30 Days. In these tutorials, I will show you how to solve many of the GED math problems using the TI-30XS Scientific Calculator. Welcome to GED Math in 30 Days. I'll be your guide. I'll be your host, Jeremy Tinsley. I'm an adult educator from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And my whole purpose of making these videos and creating my book is to help the many people across the United States pass their GED math exam. And today we'll be starting, this is my first session on the most commonly missed questions on the GED. So if you can see on the screen, this is about 4 pages. Now, the number of questions on the GED math exam is 40 problems. Now, let's count how many are on this list that GED distributed themselves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14 problems. So today we'll be doing the first problem. Compute the area and circumference of circles. Find the radius or diameter of a circle when given the area or circumference. Now, as an adult educator, I know most instructors go over how to find the area of a circle. Most instructors go over how to find the circumference of a circle. What many test takers have issues with is on the GED, what they'll do is they'll give you the area or they'll get you the circumference, and then they'll ask you to find the radius, the diameter, or the area or circumference again. So again, so if they give you the area, they might want to know radius, they might want to know the diameter, or they might want to know the circumference. If they give you the circumference, they might want to know the radius, the diameter, or the area. So that's what we're going to cover today. Okay, so compute the area and circumference of circles. I will leave that to your adult education teacher, or you can use Khan Academy. Today we will cover find the radius or diameter of a circle when given the area or circumference. Okay, let's go to a couple of questions. So we look at this, and it says find the radius, diameter, and circumference for each given the area of the circle. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, given the area, we're going to do number 2, 78.5 square meters, and we're going to determine what the radius, diameter, and the circumference are from the area. Okay, so I'm going to try to do, let me have some room here so you can see what keys we have to press when we're doing on the calculator. So first of all, I want to explain to you that your formula sheet is your best friend. Your formula sheet and your calculator are your best friends. So first of all, let's go to the formula sheet. And since they have given us the area, and on our formula sheet, let's scroll up. Let's find the area. Okay. And here we go. Area equal pi r squared. Okay. Let me make that a little bigger for everybody to see. Okay, remember, the formula sheet is your friend. So you want to make sure you know how to use the formula, you know how to refer to the formula, you know how to use your calculator. So here we have a circle, and we have the formula for a circle. And that formula is area is equal to pi r squared. Okay? So area equal pi r squared. So let's go back to our problem. And our area is 78.5. Okay. So one of the things you want to do is always what's given. Our area is 78.5. Well, that gives you a direction to go and how to solve this problem. Since they gave you the area, well, you know what? We know the formula for the area. So area is equal to pi r squared. So what we want to do is we want to determine what the radius is, the diameter, and what the circumference is. So what we're going to do is we're going to solve for r, or we're going to isolate r, or we're going to get r all by itself. Now, ultimately, this equation will not be on your formula sheet, but it will save you 3 to 4 minutes on your exam. Okay, so first of all, what we're going to do, we want to get r by itself. So first, we're going to get rid of pi. So whatever we do to one side, we do on the other. So our pi's cancel, and we get area divided by pi is equal to r squared. And if you looked at my previous videos, you'll know that the inverse operation of squaring something is square root. Just like when we're solving one-step equations, the opposite of multiplication is division. The opposite of division is multiplication. The inverse operation of addition is subtraction. Well, we want the inverse operation of squaring. So that's square root. So we're going to take the square root of both sides. So what we will notice is when you take the square root of r squared, you're left with r. It's equal to the square root of area divided by pi. Now, this formula is not on your formula sheet, but it will save you 3 to 4 minutes. And we want to know this and commit this to memory. So if we're given the area, in order to find the radius, we want to do the square root of area divided by pi. And what I'm going to do is, so I'm going to clear the screen for a second so you can, I'm going to use the computer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear the screen of everything except for what the area is. So let me get my eraser. We have our formula that we just created or we just solved for. And we're going to use our calculator right now. So in order to get the square root symbol, we're going to go to second. We're going to hit x squared. And we're going to hit the square root symbol. We're going to hit ND. Our area is 78.5. We're going to hit the down arrow to move down to the denominator. And we're going to put pi, which is 3.14. Let me move this down. Okay. We're going to get out of our fraction, hitting the right arrow. We're going to get out of our square root by hitting the right arrow. And we're going to press enter. So right away, what we see is our radius is 5. From your classes or from your studies, you should know the radius. The diameter is twice the radius. So what we're going to do is to find the diameter, we're going to multiply by 2. So since the 5 is already in memory, we're going to hit times 2. And now we have the diameter. So quickly, we found what the radius is was 5. We found a diameter, which is 10. And now since we want to find the circumference, and if you look on your formula sheet, to find the circumference, we have the formula C is equal to D times pi. So without clearing the screen, without making any changes, all I'm going to do is now multiply what's in memory, which is 10. That's now the diameter. And I'm going to multiply that by 3.14 to get our circumference. So our radius is 5. Our diameter is 10. Our circumference is 31.4 for a circle that has the area of 78.5. A nice, easy question. Okay. So what we're going to do is right now, I see we have some people from California. We have some people from Maryland. We have some people from Virginia. Of course, we have some people from Pennsylvania. Okay, so hopefully you can take this back to your organization, show your students. If you are a student and you're studying uh, without at an adult education center, if you're trying to do this by yourself, you can also follow along. Again, you can go to pastgedmath.com. I have a book that will show you how to pass the GED math in 30 days. So let me clear the screen. Okay. Sound again. If you notice watching this video, you now can use the buttons and and have your calculator out, and you can press the buttons that I have on screen to repeat what I just did. So let me clear everything. And let's go to the next problem. Clear my screen, both here. And now we're gonna go to the next problem. Okay. I keep opening up my email. I apologize. So let's look at the next one. So now the second one, let's do number 3, where it has an area of 200.96 square centimeters. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give everyone since most of the people here, participants this evening, are educators, what I'm going to do is the average question you should be able to finish in 2 to 2.5 minutes. Since most of the participants here tonight are educators, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 1 minute to do this problem. Okay, so I'm gonna pause the recording. I'm gonna give you 1 minute. I'm gonna come back in 1 minute. Okay, we've got about 10 seconds left. I hope have everybody put their answer in the chat for me. The time is up. Okay, correct. Okay, so most people got it right. Yeah, but you got it in how long? 15 to 20 seconds? Great, great, great. So let's go over this problem for everybody who's going to be watching this later. I'm glad that everyone can do this problem fairly quickly. So again, so the area is 200.96. Let me show the calculator. So again, we want to recall the formula that we're using. R is equal to the square root of the area divided by pi. So we're going to go to our calculator. We're going to hit second. We're going to hit our square root button. ND, 200.96. We're going to divide that by 3.14. Okay, let me move that formula out the way for a second. Move that out the way, move it down here. We need to get out of our square root, out of our fraction, and then out of our square root. We're going to press enter. If you notice, our radius is 8. Look how fast we did it. Now, watch this. We're going to multiply by 2 to get our diameter. We have our diameter is 16, and now we're going to multiply by 3.14 to find our circumference, which is 50.24. Now, you should have no problem answering this question when your GED math exam. So, okay, so I hope you're excited as I am. I can tell by the information in the chat that people are very excited that I showed this type of problem. And I hope you're looking forward to I'm showing your students, or actually, if you are a student, how fast you can do this problem. So that was very good. But now, what if they give you the circumference? Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to explain if the GED math exam gives you the circumference of a circle, and they want you to determine the radius, diameter, or the area. So let me clear the screen. And let's find a problem. Oops, I didn't mean to hit Chrome. I apologize. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's find our worksheet here. Okay, let's do this second problem where the circumference is 361.1 feet. Okay, again, what we want to do is we want to go to our formula sheet and we want to find the circumference. So again, the question kind of gives you a roadmap of how to figure out. They gave you the circumference. So we're going to look on our formula sheet. We see the circumference of a circle, and we have two formulas, 2 pi r or pi times d. Basically, they are the same equation because why? Twice your radius is your diameter. Okay? Twice your radius is your diameter. Let's go back and let's look at this problem. So they have the circumference. So again, we're going to use d times pi, and I'm going to show you the magic of this incredible scientific calculator, the TI-30XS. So our circumference is equal to d times pi. And what we realize is in order to get the diameter, in order to solve for the diameter, in order to isolate that variable, get the d by itself, we need to get rid of that pi. So since it's being multiplied by the diameter, we want to use the opposite operation, which is division. So we're going to divide by pi. Because we want the equations to be balanced, whatever you do on one side, you're going to do on the other. The pi's on the right side cancel. You're now going to have d is equal to the circumference divided by pi. Again, this is not on your formula sheet, but those are the two formulas I would recommend you committing to memory. Because watch how easy this problem is. Let me grab my calculator. Again, let me move this down. Let me move that formula down so we can see our key presses. Okay, I'm gonna move this down to the lower right-hand corner here. So we can see those two lines here. Now, so what we're gonna do is, so our circumference, I forgot that quick, unfortunately. Let's go back. Our circumference is 361.1. So let's go back. So our calculator 361.1 is our circumference. Now watch how easy this problem becomes now. So now d is equal to c, the circumference divided by pi. So d is equal to c divided by pi. Again, I'm just reiterating. So we don't need that there. So now we're going to go to our calculator. So we're going to hit ND. C is our circumference, which is 361.1. Our pi is 3.14. Get out of your fraction by hitting the right arrow and pressing enter. So what we realize is that our diameter, because remember, we solved for d. This time we didn't solve for the radius, we solved for d. So let me undo that, put it over here. So our d is 115. What you should realize is that the radius is half of the diameter. So now in our calculator, all we have to do is divide by 2. So we have our radius now, which is 57.5. And now the last thing we need to do is find the area. So again, we go back to our formula sheet and we recognize that area is equal to pi r squared. We know what r is, which is 57.5. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it exactly the way you see it. Okay, again, so if you notice, we have 57.5. I can, without even doing anything, without entering anything, because remember the last thing we did is still in memory. So I'm going to hit the square button. So that means whatever my answer was previously, was 57.5, which is r squared times 3.14. Look at that. Look at that. So our area is 10,381 and 625,000. Now, if you're not familiar with using the previous answer, you could have typed it in. So you could have said pi. We want to use parentheses to multiply 57.5. And we can square that. And we could hit enter. And we'll get the same exact answer. So it's up to you which easiest for you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to clear the screen right now so you can see all the steps that I've taken. Those are the key presses that you would press on your calculator to imitate or simulate or to copy what we just did. Look at that. Okay. So again, let me clear the screen and let's try one more before we go for this evening. Okay. Let's go back to our sheet. I'll kind of have the answers already here. So we'll do number 9, which is 47.1. It says find each radius, diameter, and area for each given the circumference of the circle. So 47.1. Let's go back to our calculator. What we realize that we're going to remember is C equal D times pi. In order to solve for D, we're going to have D is equal to C divided by pi. So we're going to go to our calculator. We're going to hit ND. Our circumference was 47.1. Our pi, or my pi is 3.14. Get out of my fraction. And then we have our D. Our D is 15. So our diameter is 15. Okay. In order to find the radius, we want to take half of that. So what we want to do is just divide it by 2. Again, I'm going to use the answer that's in memory. So I'm just going to divide by 2, which is 7.5. And then to find the area, I'm going to square it and then multiply by 3.14. And I'm going to take these formulas, I'm going to move them down a little bit. So our radius is 7.5. And again, you have to use the same measurement. So if it was in inches, you want to put inches. For area, remember, it has to be squared. So our area is 176.625. I think it was feet. I'm not sure. I can't remember right now. But if it was feet, you want to make sure you got your feet squared or your square feet. Area is always squared. That gives you some of the direction too. Sometimes in these word problems. Okay, so that let's summarize what we did for this session. Let me clear the screen. And let me go to a blank sheet so I can just write it here. Let's summarize what we did. So first of all, if we're given the area and we want to solve for R was equal to the square root of your area divided by pi. This was given the area. If we're given the circumference, to solve for D, we're going to use D equal circumference divided by pi. So these are the two formulas that I would recommend you committing to memory. It will take a 3 to 4 minute problem into a minute problem. I hope you enjoyed this first session of the most commonly missed GED math questions. Again, visit GED Math in 30 days. Visit the website, passgedmath.com. Share, subscribe, like, and again, so even though I'm going over these commonly missed questions, if you purchase the ebook for the small price of $19.99, you can learn this in 30 days. Now, I can tell you this, since you attended GED Math Mondays, if you're interested in purchasing a book, send me an email or go to the website, and I want you to enter the code for a 20% discount is GMM. So the discount code is GMM for GED Math Monday. So if you watch this video, you got a nice discount code, GMM. You'll get 20% off. So instead of $20, now you're only spending $16 for GED Math in 30 days. And again, just remember, if after 30 days, before 30 days, if you're not satisfied, got a full money back guarantee. I am so confident in my ebook and what I'm doing to help people pass that math exam. I got a 30-day money back guarantee. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.